Here's what I did in the fall semester. I took 16 credits, Introduction to Geology, Women in Pop Culture, and some journalism classes. I'll be talking a bit about journalism classes because it's my major. For one of my classes, I had to make modules. For this color theory module, I had to create a color palette, and then I made a few illustrations with that color palette. I also created a magazine spread. I also had to take a few pictures and videos. For pictures, I took some portrait photos, night photos, and product photos. For my video module, I took a video of our club's sporting event. It took a lot of tries and YouTube tutorials. For my other class, I had to use all of the skills that I've learned in the previous visual communications class, and our group had to come up with a project. My group mates and I made a website about the representation of diversity in the athletics department in our school. My job is interviewing people and getting our team schedule down. This interviewing part ties with my other class, editing and reporting. I wrote a few stories, a profile piece, a feature story, an enterprise piece. What I learned from this class is the art of interview and writing a good storyline. It's still a process for me. When I interview people, I tend to expect a certain outcome or answer. Initially, I was really afraid of interviewing people over Zoom. I hate talking to people, but the more I interview people, the more I get better at it. I learned that the point of interviewing people is to find out what's so special about this subject that I have to write about them. Writing is also difficult because I have to make the story smooth enough for the reader to read, and at the same time, I also have to humanize my subjects to make them relatable to the readers. For another class, I made a blog about media ethical issues, mostly about racial issues. For my English class, I read a few books. One is called Invisible. Another book is called, it's a comic, it's called Pitch Planet. Aside from homework, I tried making new dishes, like dumplings from scratch, 生煎包. I also made some fried tofu and some chicken cutlet noodles. I also learned some songs on the guitar. I'm still bad. I actually stopped when I got too busy with school, so I wouldn't say I really learned, but I did learn a few chords. And I also joined the Women's Ultimate Club. I got my first pair of football boots. It was a second hand. I did not expect myself to run so much. I also need to be quick to react. I need to be very agile and how to get past markers and stuff like that. I also went to a school event at an art museum. We decorated the disc and we played. We got featured on our school's Instagram page. For this semester, I am a secretary for my club, which is the Malaysian Student Association. We held 2 events for the semester. One is an Among Us game night. Another one is a sports event. And we also took some photos for the committee members. I also started working at my school's dining hall. I walk to school in the morning when the sun is rising. I would say it's a really tiring semester. Sometimes I don't hand up my homework in time. I get sporadic bursts of energy to do work, but sometimes I just don't want to do anything. I really like Ultimate Frisbee, and I hope to get stronger and play in a tournament with my teammates. And I also had fun cooking and trying new dishes. Even though it's an odd time of the year, it's not so bad after all because I have things to keep me occupied. I'm glad I'm not doing this alone because I'm living with my partner, and we also have friends who live close by to us, so sometimes we will go over to their house for movie nights and eat dinner together. Thanks for listening.